turn that fan on over there, please? Good evening. This is 5 Minutes with David. And I wasn't quite sure what I was going to be asked to share about, but the word decisiveness has surfaced. So we'll see what Jesus has me share about this. And the first two words that I hear are trust and faith, which are not two words that I've been very good at, but I'm learning. We had a talk this week about the value and the importance of being completely decisive and determined when we're looking at desires with Jesus to get miracles. And in honesty of God, in the light of divine being, to say, there's nothing more important to me in this moment right now than getting a miracle. I'm determined. Miracles are my inheritance. I'm entitled to them. So I want the miracle right now. I want the correction in my mind. I want the change in perception. Jesus, I want to see this with you differently. And it's been very, very powerful, very helpful. And hearing the inspiring stories that I'm hearing from my mighty companions. And yet, I will also say that along with decisiveness comes the stronger resistance of the ego, but it doesn't matter. I'm seeing it more clearly now. I'm seeing through it more clearly now as it throws its temper tantrums. One of its favorite temper tantrums is against the desire for the authority problem. And it happened this week. It's happened a few times, but it's easy now to step back and look at it and say, okay, it's just the play in consciousness. It's just the ego. And all I have to do is look at it with Jesus and say, look, Jesus, what, do I have the desire for the authority problem below this emotional outbreak I'm having? And the answer has been yes. Okay, will you help me look at this? And when I'm willing to look at it, I'm willing to see that the ego is just trying to protect, using rage to try and protect itself from being revealed to love. It's trying to keep me from seeing the true love that I am. And as soon as I do that, it just goes away, it disappears, it dissolves. And I'm able to laugh about it rather than holding on to the rage, holding on to the story. So I'm seeing now how this is evolving for me and how healing is happening. When I came down to the center again last fall, I wanted to time it so that I could go back home in July when my twin sister comes back home to visit. And I was told by Jesus, no, you need to come a month earlier, which I did. And my sister's home right now, which is when I would normally go. And when I thought about it last fall, I had anxiety about it because I just felt like I really needed to come back to see her. And now I have this peace about it. And when I think about it and seeing all the different people that they are friends with, and gatherings and dinners, and for 3 weeks, it doesn't appeal to me like it did before. It's not as inspiring or interesting. I don't have the wanting for it. I have the wanting and the desire to be here to be learning from Jesus and from my mighty companions. I feel it. I feel more at peace here now than I ever have, and I feel more at peace here than I do at home. And I love my mighty companions, all of them. I'm learning so much. And yeah, I'll be going back home again to visit, but it doesn't have the value that it did. I do love my sisters. I do love my friends, but I can see where Jesus is helping me to change my mind. You know, it was said here 2 songs ago, Kay was saying the most important thing, and this is what Jesus says, so he was speaking through her, the most important thing you'll ever do in this world is change your mind. Don't try to change the world, change your mind about the world. And this is what he's helping me do. And I'm just seeing the importance of following him, which I'm not doing yet 100%, but I'm being inspired. I'm working at it. I'm willing. Holy Spirit, decide for God for me. And the shares that I'm hearing from all the mighty companions are like, wow. And they're great reminders, they're great reflections, and it's just what I will continue to do, continue to work at, continue to build my relationship with Jesus, to allow him into my heart. Jesus, help me to remember the love I have for my Father, and help me to remember the love he has for me. Help me to release the rage that's below in the unconscious mind, trying to protect its existence, trying to keep me from remembering, but I'm not having it. I know that for supreme happiness, for eternal happiness, which is already in me, I already have it. I have to stay vigilant for the kingdom of heaven, holding hands with Jesus and with my mighty companions, and walking down the straight and narrow path, shoulder to shoulder, so I can't sway one way or the other. And the reminders here are strong. Sometimes I don't want to hear them. Sometimes I'll argue against them. But when it's all said and done, I let it go. And I see that I need to see the pain, the anger, the judgments, everything inside of me that's blocking the awareness of God's love within me. And I have the willingness to be decisive about it all. So this is what I'm doing. Thank you.